Hi, this is Sean Bowen, Executive Director of Barnabas Ministries, and this is the September 2024 edition of John 17:23 Connections. Pastoral health and resiliency and well-being are hot topics in the face of high rates of burnout for pastoral leaders these days. And for over 20 years, John 17:23 groups have had significant impact in this regard. You see, pastors in John 17:23 groups are 3 times less likely to have seriously considered leaving ministry. Stress drops by half, and feelings of isolation drop by 2/3. I get asked by others, what do pastors do in these groups to get results like that in regard to pastoral health and resiliency? And my answer is really very simple. It's all about building genuine relationships, genuine relationships. And these groups, those relationships are built simply when 3 to 5 pastoral leaders meet regularly to share their stories, to pray with and for one another, and to engage with God's word together and to update one another on a regular basis. How's life? How's ministry? You see, these groups create a place where these ministry leaders can be vulnerable and authentic. It's all about relationship. In the 3rd chapter of Mark's gospel, when Jesus calls the 12 disciples, he appoints them so they might do 2 things, actually 3. The first is that they might be with him, and that's the relationship part. And 2 and 3, that he might send them out to preach and to cast out demons. In John 17, Jesus prays that all disciples through all time would be perfectly one in such a way that it's obvious to a watching world that the world would know that the Father sent Jesus and that the Father loves all disciples in the same way that he loves Jesus. That's pretty significant. And so when it comes to pastoral health, we believe it's really an outcome of the unity that Jesus prayed for. So these groups aren't just about pastoral health, it's about the unity that Jesus prayed for, but the benefit of that unity is pastoral health, because unity is based on building genuine relationships. In John 13:35, Jesus highlights the hallmark, the evidence of what it means to be a disciple of Jesus when he says, "By this will all people know that you are my disciples if you have love for one another." That's the great commandment, isn't it? That we love one another even as he has loved us. And that's what John 17:23 is about. And so here at Barnabas Ministries, we long to see authentic spiritual and relational unity between those who are serving in the church. Now, last year, more pastors joined groups in the first 12 years of this ministry. The number of pastoral ministry leaders in groups grew by 28% just last year. And there are about 1,800 in groups right now. Yet the task before us remains enormous because still less than half of pastoral leaders are meeting regularly with peers to receive support. And believe it or not, only about a quarter of pastors get prayed over on a weekly basis. That's according to recent surveys. So you too can be the answer to Jesus's prayer in John 17. I love that phrase, be the answer. If you'd like to help us be the answer, we'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for your prayers and your support. We really couldn't do this without you. You too can be the answer to Jesus's prayer in John 17. If you'd like to help us, we'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for your prayers and your support. We really couldn't do this without you. Thank you.
Please click the like button or leave a comment to let us know you enjoyed the video. I also invite you to subscribe to our channel today. Be sure to click the bell icon if you would like to be notified when new content is added.